Hi, I'm Lynn. I'm an engineer on Jericho team.
Um, Tell us, what do you do on the team right now?
Right now, I'm doing mostly engineering. For our game, we have a Goliath, right, and we're putting different components on it. So I'm working on a flamethrower component, and I also work on a walking component, and one more that I'm forgetting.
That's okay. What were the issues you faced developing these two components?
The flamethrower one was more like working with someone. So I get help from tech artists to like get the flamethrower to like look right and
Yeah,
tell me like how it should look. So that was the main thing really, and it was more a scheduling thing. It's like finding time we can like both like work together on it.
that's good.
Yeah.
Um, Tell us about. I know you're also doing audio for the team. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So right now I'm doing we're working on sound design for that. So we're using what the artist has given us so far. We're trying to like make a sound for that, like what's the game sound
Yeah.
like. And right now we're like making like jumping sounds, running, grappling, stuff like that. Anything that will have an audio component in the game.
Any problems, risks you see in that?
Right now, the main risk is just like time, really,
Yeah.
because our direction isn't exactly clear at the moment. That means like whatever we make might be scrapped because art might change, and now the whole sound aesthetic has changed too.
Yeah.
So that's like the main risk. Other risk is like we're working like remotely also, so that also like brings some like advantages and disadvantages with it. Mostly it's like keeping everyone on the same page can be hard, but so far that's been good.
How are you doing that? Like keeping the remote team member on the same page?
Yeah, right now we're we're using a Google Doc and a Google Sheet, and basically every meeting we have, Clay and I will get together and we'll update it right off of all the notes we took, and we'll then send that to our person who's outside, right? And we're like, cool, here's what we did. Do you have any questions? And usually that's good enough. If not, we also meet like every Tuesday or Thursday, depending on like how much we learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about all that note taking, because I know you and Clay have been doing a lot of that, and that has been helping the team a lot to like keep track of the updates.
Yeah, it's mostly it's been us like dividing the work usually.
Hmm.
If Clay wants to go to a meeting, right, he's like, oh, cool, I'm going to this meeting, like, cool, I'll go to this other one, and I'll take all the notes as I can, right, and sometimes it's like, this is like really useful right now. Other times it's like, oh, this seems like not decided quite yet, right,
Hmm.
so I'll hold off and I'll just say like to be determined, right,
Okay.
but most of the note taking is just like us like deciding what is and isn't important,
Hmm.
and then going from there.
I know you wanted to do some like composition for at least a small part of the game. Tell me a little bit about that. What are your goals with that?
My goals are to like yes, I to write a simple small song, right? I like music is just a big part of the game, right? It kind of like tears out the feel at the end,
Yeah.
and so my goal is like to figure out like what feeling we're trying to like, get to.
Hmm.
We're a fast paced game, so but still fast paced is like different for every game, right?
Yeah.
There's like a difference between like Spider Man and like like Brawl. So we're trying to find like the right pace. And for me, I'm just trying to like figure out what we want to feel.
Hmm. Lastly, tell me, what do you like to do in your free time?
My free time, I like to listen to music.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, that's mostly it. I mostly walk around, listen to music. I listen to podcasts.
Hmm.
Like I listen to a lot of podcasts about like The Good Place and South Park, and then I listen to music about Mariah Carey.
Nice.
Yeah, that's mostly it in my free time, listening to music.
Any good games you have played lately?
Yeah, Spider Man. Like, yeah,
Nice.
Spider Man is incredible. I love everything about Spider Man. Honestly, like I like that like Peter Parker's now focus in the story
Hmm.
as opposed to always being about Spider Man. It made him look a lot more human, you know. And,
Yeah.
like I don't know, I just care a lot more about this character now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Lynn.
Yeah.
Is there anything else like you would like to add?
No, that's it.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.